what they can tell me to do. So you take responsibility as a Dane, and that is very typical for Danes working abroad, that there's this kind of honoring and...
I'm not a sloganeer. I'm just saying what it could have, theoretically been.
I got it.
It's like fund the block.
Hold on.
Fund the block.
Hold on. That's why defund doesn't work. Because if you're actually paying attention to not just the nation, but certain communities, especially in the South, and how they feel about police in particular, you're not going to run that. You're going to have to flip that into, why don't we get community centers and other things like that? So it is a thing of that. I'm not making excuses for Nina, because like I said, Nina...
No, not you. City.
I thought you were talking about in general. My bad.
It's going to blame the Democratic establishment. Whenever progressives lose, it's never that they alienate people. It's never that they're anti-party,
Or like I said with Nina Turner, the charter school thing may have been evolved.
It's never that they don't do, never that. It's only the Democratic establishment. Now, I happen to have some ins with some of the bougie blacks of Cleveland. They had meet and greets. They had church events. They had town halls and all types of shit. Nina Turner would not show up to talk to those old black church ladies because she had to do CNN hits.
She knows she got a
It's always
It's
always a Democratic establishment fault.
I feel like James, you go. Can I go for a little bit and then you go, James?
Bro, I just got up here and started talking.
So did I. I'm going.
Yeah, you
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to finish up my point about how the sloganeering doesn't work, especially when you don't
You're in the
have...
Matrix.
Oh, I'm in the Matrix?
I heard him clearly. You're actually coming in.
Trio's in the Matrix.
I'm in the Matrix? I got all my bars. You still in the Matrix right now?
To make a long story short on my point on why defund doesn't work and why some of these other things don't work is because I think that the people that are running really don't have a good pulse or are outside enough where they could actually see why this may not work and why you may have to tailor the message to something that's more palatable. Defund was never going to work, like I said. You have a cultural context where unfortunately we have been inundated with pro-police propaganda. I mean, I still remember the Serena Daniels trial when Latanya Haggerty was killed in the late 90s. When that woman cried and said, "I fear for my safety," even as a teenager, I said, they gonna let this woman go just because she cried on the stand and said she feared for her safety from a black woman that wasn't threatening her. And what happened? Not guilty. Had to be escorted out by a car. And that's where you see this. That's how defund doesn't work. There are a lot of people that are sympathetic to their plight because of how media plays a role and shapes ideas. And if you're running a campaign and you don't know that, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose. That's all I wanted to say, y'all. I'm done.
No, I don't disagree with that, but I really do think, and I know nobody likes it, it's definitely a style over substance issue. I've been on Clubhouse a while. I remember the week Defund the Police came out, and I told liberals and leftists that this is a terrible slogan. It should be like refund the block. We should have like different ways to talk about this thing without literally making a statement that's untenable with what we state is our philosophy, which is that the more you fund government institutions, the better they behave. It's not actually like a statement that is even coherent with a leftist worldview. So that's a part of why it's bad. But on top of that, it certainly wasn't just liberals doing that corporatist, like, pandering to identity issues in lieu of dealing with, like, substantive issues around class. It wasn't leftists in kente cloths on Juneteenth. It wasn't leftists doing that shit. And so there was a lot of bad optics. There was a lot of bad optics that helped caricature liberalism in a way that seemed insincere. And when I say the Mamdani model works, it doesn't mean Mamdani's substantive interests that are aligned for New York worldviews work. It means he doesn't talk too long, he doesn't say right at the end of every affirmative sentence, and he sounds and moves and speaks like a fairly heteronormative man. Like he's a heteronormative man.
You mean the guy that went around to all the different religious temples and put their hats and shit on?
That guy.
Wait, you just said, wait, okay.
That guy.
Again, So, but you just said he didn't do the things like the kente cloth.
It's how he presented himself. He didn't come in with the kente
This is so
cloth.
phony.
You don't like the style, man. You don't like the style, but the bottom line is,
No,
the shit you
said
did,
he didn't do it. He did do it.
he didn't do it in the same way. He's literally Muslim, so whatever he did in the mosque was like literally his
Sikhs
culture.
are Muslims.
He's a Sikh? I didn't even know that.
He's not a Sikh. Oh my God, he's not a Sikh.
You said what's not Muslim?
He
You're
went to
yelling.
never mind, bro.
No, you're just yelling, so I
know,
can't.
Listen.
Oh
You
my
keep
God,
talking,
nah,
you
y'all be
don't hear what I'm
cautious.
saying.
Go ahead.
No, you keep talking. I'm trying to explain to you. When he would go to the Sikh temples and stuff, he would put on the hats and stuff. He literally did the same thing.
I'm talking about black voters. You were talking about black voters. The Sikhs.
Wait,
There's nothing more New York
than
than
voters. God, bro.
I just feel like
Voters
if you don't
for
think
Democrats.
the reality is there's a difference between how Otis and Trent spoke to Nathan and how you were speaking to Nathan, and whether you agree with it or not.
Stay on the
You were doing the Mamdani shit. You were doing the Mamdani shit. Stop yelling at me, go.
Meta. You are so
Everything is meta.
No.
Everything is meta.
Did you know he put everything is not meta? He did do this version of the
I think you're making. I think the comparison is unfair. I think the comparison is unfair.
It is not unfair.
If you
It's just
believe,
people liked him.
well, so, but I said that before. He's likable. I said that
But
before.
you said that people didn't. You said he didn't do it, and what I'm saying is he did do it.
When he does
Obama
it,
did it.
Obama seems authentic when he does it. He seems believable when he does it. There's a performance to it too. There's a performance to it too. What you did with Nathan was a performance. And it worked.
Come on, bro. Calm down. What you're doing is a performance. Let me ask you a question. Why did they do the kente cloth? Do you know?
Was it? I don't even remember what the function was for. Was it for George Floyd or was it for Juneteenth? I don't remember.
They were asked to by a black group. Asked them to do it.
I don't know who them niggas
They
are.
were literally asked to do it.
I don't know who them niggas are. But I can name some niggas that sound like
It doesn't
them.
matter. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if you don't do the thing, it's a problem, and then if you do the thing, it's a problem.
How did you not know that the kente cloth would be like farcical online? How did nobody around them? How did nobody around them know? It's not. Everything's a distraction. Maybe we
Because
should
it
use more
happens all the
distractions.
time in politics. It happens all the time in politics.
Could it be that Dems are bad at politics right now?
Man, this is insane. You asked me a question, I'm answering it.
Backtrack.
Okay, it happens all the time, and this one time because the people were old and Democrats were unpopular and it was MAGA, they got caught up. Politicians go and do these kinds of things all the time. Mamdani does it, all the way to Schumer does it. Eric Adams was out there talking about, what was he saying the other day? New York is the Albania of America. I forgot what it was. It happens all the time.
If you can't, let me know if you're done.
Go ahead. I'm not, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'll be doing the pauses. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. It was a dramatic pause. Go ahead.
It wasn't dramatic. I was inhaling.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to kidnap you. I mean, I already said kidnap. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I lost my train. Good deal.
I was just saying, if you can't tell the difference between a Ghanaian, Nigerian, Muslim going to a Sikh temple versus Italian-ass Nancy Pelosi in a kente cloth, I don't know, man. If it's the same to you, it's the same to you. But I don't think it's received the same way from the American public. I don't think it's received the same way.
More than that.
That was fun.
Articulate. He's done more than just the Sikh thing.
I'm responding to the thing you said. I'm responding to the thing you said.
Oh my God. You know what you do? This is what you do. You find out new information and then change your original argument. Your argument, he didn't do those kinds of things. He did do those kinds of things. Nancy Pelosi before has done those kinds of things. It's just that moment. They did not lose any, Kamala Harris did not lose any voters because of the CBC pick. And if you think those are the kinds of things Democrats have to do, as opposed to developing a better immigration policy, then we're really cooked.
I think they got it. Well,
You
we're probably
never
cooked.
have anything. You never have any. Of course, Republic could use one of those. Republic. You're not. You're not a Democrat. I don't know why I say.
Oh, what am I? What am I?
I think you're a progressive. So you said last night people should become social. What is it? SDA. So I think
No, I said no. I'm not a DSA, but what I say is I think there's things you can learn from the DSA movement. Isn't it DSA Democratic Socialists?
No, yeah, you were right. I was like, you think you can learn from the DSA?
Yeah, I think there's a way to integrate.
Track record?
I think there's a way to integrate some of the style of approach in certain largely white male spaces that are appealing to white males. Yeah. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah, what is DSA?
So have you ever been to a DSA meeting? They're terrible, bro. I mean, I can be honest with you. I mean, be honest. Have you ever been to a DSA meeting?
I don't go to meetings that aren't work related.
All right, cool.
So like, I don't feel I need to go to a meeting to learn about DSA. But I mean, it's also deeply.
You might want to have your opinion on that one.
No, for those of us who know
All y'all do is
DSA,
capital. Either talk to me or shut up.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny because those of us who know about DSA, especially in New York, they do all the racist cringe things that you say not to do. So it's actually very calculable for you saying people should learn from the DSA. Like everything you critique Democrats for, that's what DSA does. That's why it's funny.
So what policies are they pushing for in the DSA?
I don't know. That's Articulate. He was the one that said we should do DSA.
Articulate. What 3 policies are they pushing?
Socialist shit. They're fucking democratic socialists. The Bernie shit. A lot of them are Bernie. Some of them are cringe. Many of them are like Vermont side English lit type of people. But on the other side of it, because they have a politic that's quote unquote deracialized and class based, the vibes ass Rogan kids do still kind of find an affinity towards them. And while I don't think you can win a lot of them over, I do think at least learning to put forth that style for the moment. Like we can accept Barack Obama doing a campaign that was like multicultural and not pointedly identitarian. That shit might be what it is right now. The country isn't ready for like overt racialized like gender, sex statements. They really do, however, hate fucking billionaires. That shit is real. That shit is real. Like we're
You
watching.
think DSA doesn't do that? Okay, you don't know anything about DSA. This is wild.
You always say people don't know anything because you disagree with what they're saying. Like I mean, if I don't
DSA, bro.
If I don't know about anything, then just stop talking to me. I don't know anything, right?
No, well, if you don't know anything, stop talking.
All right.
Why is it incumbent on me to stop talking if I know, but you don't know?
Well, to be fair, you never have a conversation with me where I have 10 people who are saying nothing, just cackle when it's your turn to talk. So that's just generally annoying.
This one was really funny because the DSA does all of the identity stuff that you were talking about.
I don't love
In fact,
all of the.
I'm almost done. Mamdani himself, until about 3 weeks ago, also does all of the identity stuff. Like, this is what's funny about you somehow think that you said that they were deracialized and class-based and that they do socialist shit. That's hilarious.
The DSA doesn't do socialist shit. That's what the argument is.
No.
Okay, what's
Democratic socialists. They do not believe in socialism.
I understand
They're a bunch of white boys getting ting-tang. They're a complete mess. So many people have left the DSA. They're horrible.
I get it. So let's just. I mean, who do you think is the model then, go?
It depends on the state.
On a national level. But I already said it depends on the state.
It depends on there is no model on the national level until you get a nominee. And so I think when you have a nominee, I think like right now, the model for Democrats successfully has been no one from the coast. That's probably what they need to do as a starting point.
If that's how
I
you
used
feel,
to hate that argument, but I think it's true.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. What I'm actually trying to say here isn't that you take everything that you hate about a DSA and apply it on the national level. I'm saying you find areas in which there is like traction, or at least like a depressive aspect on the opposition, the actual opposition, not internal oppositions, and you see where you can apply it. I think the thing that makes Mamdani most effective is he looks, talks, sounds, and feels like
He does have to vote. Believe me, that was a struggle last year with the whole young people protesting last year. Last year. God, that feels like 10 years ago already, the presidential race. So he did it. And I don't, so